Today, I would like to talk about the differences in project management in the NGO sector in Austria and Ukraine. My name is Olena Bekreniova and I have 15 years of project management in the NGO sector. My experience includes organizational management, event management, development and management of programs from scratch on the country level and international level, and also 3 years of activities in Austria. My Austrian experience includes management of the Professional Integration Hub program and also programs funded by Erasmus+. So I have something to compare, and today I would like to speak about top 5 differences which I see from my experience in project management work in Ukraine and in Austria. I have noticed differences in planning, in project teams, in work culture, and usually they depend on the broader cultural and societal context. So let's speak about them. The first difference is about planning and management styles. Planning in Austria emphasizes long-term strategies and very structural approach. Austrian project management is typically very slow-paced but well thought of, and that's why it makes project management and work in general less stressful. It fosters stability among team members. Short notice changes are usually not tolerated in Austria, as they disturb a well-structured organization and also the working rhythm. Ukrainian NGOs work with highly adaptive and flexible management style. They often respond quickly to the changing circumstances. While this enables agility, it often leads to high stress level. Projects in Ukraine are usually implemented at a faster pace, and they require quick decision making. This is good quality, and flexibility is very important in the modern life. As an example of long-term planning, we had a case when we planned an exact date of the project presentation more than half year in advance in Austria, and this is normal here. The second point is the difference in work culture. In Austria, work culture and work-life balance is very important. Meetings or work beyond working hours are very rare, and the weekends are sacred family and leisure time. So respect for private life is deeply embedded in the working culture here. One of our Austrian colleagues was deeply surprised when somebody wrote in the working chat after 6 o'clock in the evening. In contrast, Ukrainian NGOs may have less rigid boundaries between working hours and private life. It's not uncommon to work after hours or on weekends when the projects require special attention. Of course, it fosters dedication, but at the same time it can lead to the burnout, and I personally have an experience in that. The next difference is about project teams. Austria is really a multicultural country. In Vienna, more than 60% of inhabitants actually don't speak German at home, which means that the projects and teams are usually multicultural. As you can imagine, this requires cultural sensitivity and acceptance of diversity and inclusivity in all project management approaches. Since the Professional Integration Hub program has many partners and different organizations in Austria, we always take into account this cultural diversity. In Ukraine, it was always something different. The teams and projects were mostly homogeneous, especially those performed inside the country. All the members were sharing common cultural norms and they had similar expectations. So this was very favorable in terms of communications inside the project. The next and very important point is about legal regulations. In Austria, they are really strict when we talk about labor laws and data protection policies. They are really strict, and everybody has to take them into account and stick to them. Compliance is not negotiable here. It requires detailed attention to contracts, GDPR standards, and human rights. The legal environment here in Austria provides predictability and security to all of the stakeholders. It is a bit different in Ukraine, which is transitioning to the European standards now. So the general demands and legal regulations are usually less strict and more uniform. Labor laws and data protection policies in Ukraine are developing, and that's why they're not so rigid. Flexibility and negotiations usually play an important role in establishing legal issues. And the last key difference which I noticed is resource management. In Austria, resources are usually managed with long-term value in mind. Budgets are usually predictable. They allow thorough financial planning and integration of environmentally friendly practices. Projects in Austria are usually designed to have a lasting impact. Almost always, they emphasize quality over speed. Ukrainian NGOs usually work with limited resources. resources, and it influences the resource management style as well. So cost-conscious management and innovative approaches is all about Ukrainian resource management. Ukrainian managers are usually adept to achieving results, normally with creative and resourceful approaches. So let me share some tips in project management in Austria. So first, plan projects well in advance and avoid last-minute changes. Second, respect colleagues' private time and avoid having meetings beyond that time. Third, be mindful about cultural differences and take into account inclusivity. Next, familiarize yourself with Austrian labor laws and data protection policies. And the last one, prioritize quality and sustainability when managing the resources. I hope this advice helped Ukrainian professionals to perform projects in Austria. Of course, there are more differences in project management between two countries, but these top 5 are already a good sign for us to see the strong points which can be used to enhance project management in general and make it more efficient.